All right, so we are live. Hi, so my name is LaShawn Jenkins with the Notary Institution. Welcome everybody to Sign and Sealed with Samantha. Samantha, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
And good morning, everybody. My name is Samantha Smith, and I'm the owner of She Listens Notary and Business Services. And I'm here today representing the amazing Georgia Notary Nation. For anyone that pops in that's from Georgia, good morning. And thank you so much, LaShawn, for this opportunity again to just be able to connect with you and bring some great notary information to all the notaries that have registered for today. I think you hit triple digits today, LaShawn.
We have triple digits today.
Triple
I'm
digits
excited. I
today.
thank you. I thank you. Honestly, I thank everyone for attending, and everyone is here for one reason. And that reason is you would like to learn exactly how you can add the field inspection services to your business. And we are actually going to bring the owner of the Society of Field Inspectors on today to talk to you about how you can get started into this industry. So before we actually just bring them on, I want to get in the comments and see exactly where is everybody from. I see we had California, Georgia. I had seen Maryland. I seen Maryland here. So type in the comments and tell me where are you watching from. We have a really good presentation, and here I want to bring on Mr. Richard Law. And
Hello.
here he is. Hello.
And I want to thank both of you for inviting me to this. How everyone can evaluate.
Um, Mr. Richard, your sound is going in and out just a little bit.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, just a little, like the connection. But we can wait around. So I'm gonna talk to our audience here in the comments. We have Long Beach, California, Missouri. We have some new states in here, to be honest.
Yeah, we do.
Tennessee. Okay, so is your sound? Is it going all right?
I'm a little bit closer. Is that helping you?
Yes.
That's really good.
Okay, great. Okay. Again, I want to thank you both for inviting me to speak here in this video conference. Let me first of all give you a little bit of my background information on how I got started with field inspections. I started out my career, my real career, was in the Navy. Okay, I joined the Navy. Became a naval aviator and mission. That I stayed for 20 years.
Okay. Miss Richard, your sound, I think it's your connection is like going in, it's like going phasing in and out the connection.
Okay. I'm not sure why. We used the same setup on Thursday. Perfect.
Yes, hold on, let me see what's going on. But it's like when you're talking, like the internet connection or something is like going in and out on your end.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, we're working on he's gonna be working on his internet connection.
Give me just a minute and let me
Okay.
okay. See if that'll
Okay.
work.
Okay.
All right, everyone. So he got background noise. That's why it's cutting out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I believe it's connection, but it's okay. Everyone, I know we all here to receive this information. He actually is going to be offering for everyone who's able to stay on to the very end. He's actually offering access to his training university that he has. He offers free training for anyone that's interested in the field inspection services. I do have the link here that you can sign up. This link will expire. So when we get towards the end, I'll provide that link for you. For everyone who stays to the end, you will receive the link. You will have a certain amount of time for you to get enrolled into the link, but the link will be provided to you.
Yeah.
And Samantha, do you have anything to say today for the notaries who are here for this presentation?
Yes. Well, again, thank you all for coming. This has been really, really exciting to put together. One of the things that, we've just been really grateful to be able to do is not only provide you with information from some industry professionals, but we also want to provide you information about things that we have personally participated in or are connected to. For those of you who are, brand new to the field inspection industry, I personally am a field inspector in the state of Georgia. I am registered in Mr. Law's database as a field inspector for Georgia, and it has been a really great it's another opportunity to not just generate income, but to also promote your services where necessary for your notary business. So this is just another opportunity to add an additional service to your existing line of business. I've been able to do things that have ranged from property inspections, business verifications, identity verifications. Once you go into the site, I know that the links to the website to actually register for the free database. This is a free service. Ms. LaShawn will release those links to be able to sign up for the free database. But once you put in your information, companies from all over the nation will be able to connect with you in order for you to serve as an independent contractor for their businesses. So someone asked the question, what exactly does a field inspector do? Well, it really depends on the business that reaches out to you. Again, Mr. Law is going to give some more information about that, but I can tell you from my personal experience, I have done things like going to specific businesses and sites to take pictures and to send those pictures back to that company, whether it's in the form of a report or downloading links and images to an app that they can access. So calls come from literally all over the country about business in my state. So if you're signing up from Maryland, if you're signing up from Louisiana, it depends on the business that does business in your state and what they need an independent contractor for.
Awesome. So is available, and we're going to bring him on now. Okay.
Okay, I've got some earbuds on. Is the volume better?
Yes, a lot better.
Is it? Okay, good. Well, we'll
Yes.
stay with the earbuds here and keep that going. So do you want me to start again?
Yes, please. You can go ahead and
Okay.
introduce yourself to everyone. We have a lot more people on now, so yes, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Richard Law, and I'm with the Society of Field Inspectors. And I want to thank both of you for setting up this video conference, and I want to pass along some good information about the opportunity so that everyone present here can evaluate it and determine if it's something for them. Okay. I got started doing this a long time ago. I was in the Navy. I joined the Navy, and then later I was commissioned as an officer in the Navy, and I served in the Navy for 20 years and retired as a Navy commander. After I left the Navy, I became a defense contractor and worked again for the military for companies like Computer Sciences and also Raytheon. After a time, I left both of those companies and went off to become I was a realtor and also a real estate broker. And I was doing real estate sales up in Northern Virginia. Well, up in Northern Virginia, because it's a cooler climate, and in the wintertime, things kind of slow down a little bit. You know, you get a little snow on the ground and real estate sales slow. So I was looking for some other things to occupy my time and bring them some money. I did some consulting. I did some graphics design for companies. And I also hooked up with a woman in Maryland. Her name was Donna Coletta. And she was looking for someone in Virginia to help her with some field inspections. So I got hooked up with her and I did some work for her. Her husband, Bob, I did some property preservation for him. And so that's how I really got started. Okay. And for me, it was a part-time business. It was a business to kind of fill some gaps, especially in the wintertime. And it worked out pretty well. Today, I've left Virginia. I used to be a snowbird. Now I'm in Florida full time. And I'm here in the land of paradise. And I'm in a place called Howey in the Hills. And we're in the hills. We're at 121 feet of elevation. So when climate change hits and Miami's underwater, I'm still going to be very high and dry at 121 feet above sea level. So what is field services? And I think Samantha did a good job of presenting her view of it. And basically, you're going to operate as an independent contractor. You know, it's a gig, so to speak. So you're kind of developing your own business, your own customers. There are two companies that I know of in the industry that actually will hire you as an employee. One is a company called Collateral Specialist, and the other one's a company called Douglas Guardian. And they both do collateral inspections, and I'll explain those to you. Now, when I say field inspections, it's not home inspections. A home inspection is very different than a field inspection. A home inspector is the person you hire to look at a property that you're going to buy. Okay, you're going to go out and buy a piece of real estate, and you want to know the condition of it. You know, the electrical, the plumbing, the roof, everything about it. And that's when you hire a home inspector. And home inspectors are required to be licensed in most states and need some training. But field inspectors are kind of a different breed. There, you're asked to go out most of the time and just verify information. A company has maybe submitted an application to get some service of some kind, and you need to go out there and just kind of evaluate, verify addresses, the type of business they are. Some other inspections, they want you to go out and find problems and come up with solutions for the problems. These could be maintenance problems, they could be safety problems, and I'm going to cover some of those various inspections. With field inspections, there is no license for any state that I'm aware of. So there's no place you have to apply to for a license. With the companies that we focus on and recommend, there's no payments for a background check. They may require a background check, but you don't have to pay for it. And in almost all cases with the companies that we focus on, which are the higher paying and the higher quality companies, they don't require you to have any insurance of any kind. They cover you with their insurance. It's different than notary signing. It's probably less detailed. A typical inspection form might be 1 page long. The inspection form is provided to you. You don't have to create it. Each company has their own form, but in the end, they all pretty much look alike. And most of them are kind of, excuse me, are, fill in the blank or check the box type inspections. As far as the training goes, some of the companies will have web training where they'll walk you through all the requirements. Some of them will simply just get you on the telephone and just kind of walk you through the training, maybe take about 10 or 15 minutes, just kind of walk you through an inspection and tell you what they need and how to do it. And if there's any photos, what kind of photos they need. So who performs field inspections?
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
So he's asking, does anybody in here right now actually do field inspections or have done them, or if you have come across them? No one right now, but we did have a question. Someone had asked, may you write the companies for the field inspector, please?
You just put that. Miss Blue Waters. She just, if I'm answering the question correctly, Miss LaShawn just put on the screen the place where you can go and join the Society of Field Inspectors, and that is the www.joinsophie.com. So if you're interested, that is the link, and she'll be posting that throughout the thread for new users to be able to come in and log in and enroll.
Okay.
That's good. That's the correct web link. And Sophie membership is free. There's no charge for Sophie membership.
Okay. And Candy, we have Candy out of Georgia. She said that she has done them before, and she's done them with Metro site inspections.
Mhm.
And we have someone else, Tawana Brown. If I don't want to say that's her name, Tawana, right?
Another
Tawana.
Georgia notary.
Oh, and she's another Georgia Noja. Okay, Georgia's
Yeah,
is definitely here, showing
yeah.
out today. So we do have a question, Mr. Richard, in the comments.
Okay.
So this person is asking, do you see an up in requests for inspections because of destruction of properties because of the riot? So they're asking, has there been more notifications for the inspections because people have been destroying properties because of the riots?
Well, there may be some increases. I haven't noticed anything right now, but if someone has a mortgage on either a residential property or on a commercial property, and there's damage to their property, then before the insurance company will pay for the repairs, there has to be what's called a lost draft inspection, where a field inspector goes to the property after the repairs have been completed to make sure they have completed. And that information goes to a mortgage company, which asks the insurance company to release the funds. So you may see some of that. But again, most of the properties that were damaged were commercial properties, businesses. So it's a little bit different there in how that transaction works.
Okay. Another question that I know people have been asking is how do the fees range with the field inspections?
Well, they vary. Okay, they're going to vary on the type of job. You know, how much details involved, what the turnaround time is, and of course you're going to look at how much volume you're always going to get. But I would say on the average they probably range from about $25 to $50, and they're very, I guess you would say, very little time type inspections, very little time on site. To give you an example, is something like a business verification. I did one not long ago for a cardiovascular clinic in Culpeper, Virginia. And what the clinic was doing is they were hiring nurses. And in the hiring process, they were looking to get background information on the applicants. And so the company that was going to provide that background information to the clinic wanted to make sure that they were really a clinic. So my job was to go there, okay? And, I called, introduced myself, explained why I was coming, and, set up a window. I usually like to set up about a 3 or 4 hour window, and went there. I was going to town anyways to pick up some stuff at Lowe's. And so I arrived, I took a picture of the sign out front that said Blue Ridge Cardiovascular Clinic. They were right near the hospital. I took a picture of the address on the building. I walked inside, introduced myself, took a picture of the file cabinet that they were going to store the information in, and made sure that they could lock it. I picked up their license number. I asked them for that. And then we walked down the hall, and I took a picture of an empty examining room to show that they were in fact a clinic. Okay. And so that whole process from the time I arrived till the time I left probably took about 10 minutes, and it paid $35. Okay. And so if you take, 10 minutes and multiply $35 times what, 6, I guess you kind of get an hourly rate. Okay. And so what a lot of people do, and when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about, notary signing agents, realtors, process servers, appraisers, firemen, police, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, people that are retired, people that work in the evenings. A lot of these people do it part-time, okay, and they just kind of pick up some extra money. And if you're a realtor or a notary signing agent or an appraiser, you're kind of running around in the field anyways, doing things. So the more things you can do in a small area, the more efficient you are and the more money you make. So that's why you want to look at field inspections as kind of an adjunct business. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're going out Monday afternoon to do a notary signing notary signing task. And if you can do a field inspection on the way there, maybe one or two on the way back, it just kind of makes better use of your travel time and your routing time and the amount of money you make in a given day. And there are some people that actually do field inspections full time too. Okay, not just part time.
Okay, so how would they? What kind of assignments would they have to take on in order to do it full time?
Well, part of it is going to be where you're located at. Okay, a person that was living in Atlanta, Georgia, or Dallas, Texas, would have more opportunity to do it full time than someone that is living in Weguffca, Alabama. Okay, it depends on population density. The same thing with notary signings. Okay, a notary signing agent will get more work in Dallas or Atlanta or Boston than they will in a small town like Orange, Virginia. Okay, so it's wherever the population density is highest is where the opportunities are greater, and where it makes it easier to become a full-time field service inspector.
Okay, so we have a question here from Sandy. She said, "Are these inspections for residential properties or commercial properties or both?"
Miss Sandy,
Well,
I want you to remember what Mr. Law said at the very, very beginning. He said that field inspections are different from property inspections. That was like one of the very first things he said. And so it's for the field inspections, you are going out. I think Miss Candy gave you a little bit of feedback. She said this is for like business verifications and identity verifications. So it's not necessarily residential versus commercial as much as it is what assignment does this company need completed, because they're going to vary depending on the company that's reaching out to you. Mr. Law?
That's right. Now, we at Sophie, we focus pretty much on the commercial and the insurance inspections, and I'll tell you why. We suggest that you kind of stay away from the mortgage inspections. The reason being is the commercial inspections and the insurance inspections are what I call friendly inspections. Okay, you're going there for a purpose that's going to benefit whoever occupies the building, if it's commercial or insurance. And they cannot get what they want until you arrive and do your inspection. So it's friendly. You're welcome. Okay, there's no adversarial relationship. Now you get into the mortgage inspections, and there it's a little bit different. There you've got some of these properties where someone's behind on their mortgage. Okay, these are very tough times with the pandemic we're going through, and people are distressed. People are upset, and rightfully so. They've lost their job maybe through no fault of their own. And so with the mortgage inspections, you're going there and you're kind of interrupting their life, so to speak, and you're representing the bank who is looking to get paid some money. The mortgage inspections don't pay very well. Okay, If you work for the large, I call them mortgage order mills, the mortgage servicing companies, they probably pay, $3, $4, maybe $5 for a mortgage inspection. That usually requires about 7 photos. They want you to have a background check, and they want you to pay for the background check. They also require you to get insurance, insurance, and it's much more expensive in field services than with notary signings. And so, typically an insurance policy for 1 year for mortgage inspections is probably around $1,200 or $1,500, and they require you to have that on day one. Okay, so there's more expense in getting started with mortgage inspections, but the rewards are also so much lower with low pay. And then you get some companies that that don't pay you after you do the work, and so it's an area that we kind of recommend people stay away from. The other part of it too is, with those 7 inspections, some of those inspections are, backyard inspections. Okay, and now is not the time you want to be going into a private backyard taking photos. I think I saw in San Francisco they had a 42% increase in burglaries up there. And so here you've got a situation where someone's at home, they've lost their job, there's not a stream of money coming in, they may lose their house, they may be watching Netflix, and of course everyone today has a security camera. So they're sitting there depressed watching Netflix, trying to be happy. They see you in their backyard with a security camera. On their security camera. They don't know why you're back there. They haven't gone to the front door. Okay, and that can lead to some very dangerous situations. Okay, there's a Facebook group called Occupancy Field Inspections, and that's all the people up there do is just the mortgage inspections. If you go up there and look, I would say over about the last month, there's about 87 comments up there talking about people, having their sunglasses broken, their telephones taken away from them. There was a case in Mexico where someone shot at an inspector. So staying out of backyards is very important. Okay, don't go in anyone's backyard to do an inspection, because there is some danger in that. So we have over the years focused on pretty much the commercial insurance, because like I've said, they're friendly inspections. You're there to do an inspection because they need you to come by and do the inspection. They're not delinquent on anything. They're not they're not situations where you can get in trouble, so to speak. Okay, you're going to if you're doing a food stamp inspection and you're going to a small grocery store and looking at just the products that they have in there, how many cash registers maybe they have, that's an inspection that's not going to get you in trouble. Okay, but you certainly don't want to do low fee inspections or go in backyards.
Absolutely.
So commercial commercial
sorry.
is where you want to be. Commercial is where you want to be.
Okay, so I have a question because we only have about 30 more minutes. But I wanted to talk more about your company and exactly what do you do, and basically how do you connect the dots for people to receive these field inspections, because I know you have the joinsophie.com. So we would like to know exactly how does that work?
Well, we're a networking organization. Okay, we work with companies to find field reps, and we work with field reps to find companies. And the best source we have for that is what's called our National Field Service Directory. And when you sign up with Sophie, like I say, it's free membership. We put you in that directory, okay? And companies will use that directory to find reps if they need someone in Tallahassee, they'll go and they'll look at all the Tallahassee reps and then pick one of them and then, give them a call, see if they're available to do the work and then, bring them on board. So the companies use that information in our database to find field reps. And what most of them do or what they can do is they just come to us and ask for a download, purchase a download, and we just give them a download link and they get all the SOFI members across the whole U.S. And we have SOFI members in Guam, the Mariana Islands, Virgin Islands, just all over the U.S. and its territories, so they find it very useful. The paper part of the directory, which inspectors can order, is a paper directory we mail out, and today that lists a little over 100 of the higher quality companies that pay the higher fees, and they're also the companies that are in the commercial and the insurance segments, which I said before are the friendly inspections, the ones where you're going there because they want you there, okay? Need you to be there.
So we have some questions here in the comments. I know some of them you kind of had answered them a little bit, but I'm just going to go back up here because I don't want nobody to feel left out. So I know someone had asked here, will companies pay a travel fee if added?
It depends, okay? Usually what the companies do, they have a flat fee, okay? You might be working for, let's say, 10 companies, and those 10 companies might do 10 different types of inspections, and those 10 companies might have 10 different fees, okay? So what you're going to do is when you're talking to these companies and find out what their fee is you're going to tailor your service area to the amount they pay. In other words, if they pay a smaller fee, it's going to be a very small service area, very close to your home. If they pay a medium fee, you can travel a little further. And if it's a higher fee, then you can, again, have a much bigger service area. And sometimes you're going to negotiate the fee based upon just the number. They say, hey, can you go there? And you say, well, it's kind of out of our area. We can't do it for the fee that you're asking us, but we can do it for this fee. And you can compute a fee for them. And they will say yes or no. Sometimes they'll go and they'll look for someone else and they can't find anyone else to do it for that fee, and then they'll come back to you. I've had that happen many times. So everything in life is negotiable. The same thing with notary signings. You have one company that pays $75, and another company that pays $200. Okay, so your travel for the smaller fee is going to be really close to home, whereas for the higher fee you can go a little further. Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, and another question is someone had asked, is there, hold on, here it is. She is asking, do you have company jobs in the Oklahoma area?
Oh, there's jobs going on in every state, in every metropolitan and rural area, in fact, all the time. Okay, just like notary signings, there's always requirements in every area. Okay.
Right, and then also too. Oh, my bad, I'm sorry. Katrina,
and what you do is you build up. What I suggest is you cover a small area. Okay, you're not going to travel all over a state. Cover a small area, and then this works for notary signings and field inspectors. Cover a small area, and then build up the volume you need in that small area by working for more companies. Okay. In other words, have a lot of options, a lot of companies that are giving you the work in a small area. That's the way to go.
Okay. And then also too, Katrina, with any business, to be honest, as far as like, is it going to be busy or not? It just depending on what's going on in that particular area. In some areas, the field inspection is not really popular. It's not really needed a lot. In some areas is needed more than others. So it always will depend on exactly on where you're located at. Let me see. And I think, so another thing, Mr. Richard, is I know that you have these wonderful resumes. um, that where people can post on your website and the field inspection companies come and look at it, correct?
Yeah,
The
we do.
flyers.
We have a website. Yeah, well, of course, the best way to do marketing, okay, is send out a nice resume to companies and introduce yourself. Do that first. Maybe follow that up with some telephone calls. But what I've learned over the years is you want to have a resume that gets attention. Um, we talked about this, and nobody likes to read anymore. They like to get information quickly and right in front of them. And so what we've done is we've created a resume that's a one-page flyer. Okay, we put in there some, a nice header up at the top and some bold colors and bright fonts and images. And basically we say, who you are, how to get a hold of you, what you do. You do notary signings, you do field inspections, and where you do it. Okay. Sometimes if you're covering 3 or 4 counties, we'll design a special map that shows those 3 or 4 counties. If you're a member of NNA, we'll put the logo on there. If you have lots of experience, we'll note that. If you have a specialty, maybe you're specializing in commercial insurance loss control, we'll put that in there, okay? But the whole idea is we get it all in one page. It's not all cluttered. It doesn't have a lot of white space in it, okay? The fact that you were, in the Air Force and you had a top secret clearance, we don't put that in there. You don't have that top secret more because you're out of the Air Force. So we take all the clutter out just so that people can kind of get to who you are, what you do, and where you do it, because that's really all they care about. They're going to measure your performance over the jobs you do, okay, and whether you get more work or not, it's going to depend on how well you do. But up front, the important thing is who you are, what you do, where you do it, and we put that in a resume, and it works. Okay, I mean, if it works, continue doing it.
Absolutely. So here we have
and I did your
someone
resume. How did it look?
yes, it did. I'm trying to load it. Actually, I was trying to bring it up for people. I want to show them exactly what you have done for me. So let me I was trying to bring it up
Yeah,
because there was
and
some issue with
and
technology.
I made you look better than you really are.
Really? You did hook me up. I am about to hook it up. I'm trying to find where it's in here. I just have to pull it up. So here we actually had a question earlier too. Um, so I know you already answered that. Shay had asked, is there a cost associated to do this? And it's absolutely free to join. Sophie, it's absolutely free. And she's only asking because she says she's been doing occupant slash field inspections for 15 plus years.
Yeah,
And then,
the occupancy inspections have really changed too. I think she'll tell you also that she was paid more 15 years ago than what the fees are today, and she probably did a lot less. She probably took Polaroid photos instead of digital photos, and was paid for each of those photos. Where today there is no extra pay for photos.
right. And so J. Cool said, I noticed the Sophie website asks for services offered. Does this mean what we are willing to do or already have done?
Well,
Well, when
I
I
think
fill out
what
the
you're,
application, I'll go
yeah.
ahead.
No, go ahead, Samantha. Samantha, go ahead.
J. Cool, when I filled out the application, I put the services that I was willing to do as far as notary services, signing services, mobile services, because I was willing to travel, and not necessarily what I had already done, just what I was willing to do at the time.
Okay, so they answered
Yeah,
that question.
everyone starts in fields.
You have Jay Woody, excuse me, Charles.
Everyone starts in field services with
Charles
no
Woody.
experience. There's no place you can get the experience, but a lot of it's kind of common sense. Okay, and like I say, the forms are provided, the training's provided. They walk you through an inspection, so um, it's nothing you should be scared of. But just put down that you're available and kind of see what they offer. And, uh, and I think you'll find in most cases it's not overwhelming. It's pretty straightforward. And, and when you go out and do your first job, what I recommend is you call the company and say, hey, how'd it go? Did I do everything okay? And get some feedback that way. But I most people do a very good job on their very first job, just because it's a lot of it's just common sense. And like I say, the form is provided to you, so you don't have to do a lot of thinking of what they want. Okay, they're going to tell you.
Absolutely. I'm trying to pull up this flyer. It was something else I seen also in the comments. Let me see. I think that was all. So again, to reiterate, in order to do this, there's no type of training that is required to do it. There's no huge any type of startup costs, correct, to do the field inspection services.
Yeah, that's the primary advantage of it. Is it's a very low cost start. You don't have to go out and get expensive insurance. You don't have to pay for a background check. You've got the computer, you've got the GPS, you've got the phone, your smartphone for photos. Now there are other areas that you can advance to. Okay. Now you don't do those on day one, but maybe on day 180, you might decide that you really like it and you want to move into some more detailed inspections. It required more training, but also pay a lot more too. And that's what some people do. They kind of move to the higher levels, get some training, make some higher, more income coming in. An area that I've always liked, and which has worked for me, which I still do, is the commercial insurance loss control. Okay, to do those inspections, those are not a day one inspection or a day 30 inspection. Maybe they're a day 180 inspection, where you get some training, so you know what to do. And you're going out to commercial properties. It might be a Hampton Inn, it could be a BJ's, it could be a Dollar General, and you're looking at things like fire sprinkler systems, or it might be an Olive Garden. You're looking at commercial cooking equipment. So yeah, there's more detail involved. There's more to know. You need some training for it. But it is an area that you can move up to, and some inspectors do move up to that level, and just make more money. And the higher the levels you go to, the less competition there is also. And there's also an opportunity to sometimes work directly for the underwriter. Instead of working for a servicing company, you're working directly for the insurance company that needing the information. So there's levels you can move up to if that's your desire.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. I'm trying to find this flyer. Trying to find so the Happy Nappy said there's no special, so she's asking, is there any special camera required? And I know you just said only thing you need is a camera, is a cell phone, right? With the camera.
Most people have a smartphone, which has a very nice camera in it. Okay. In fact, the camera is a very high resolution. Some of the companies will require a lower resolution photo. In other words, you're shooting maybe a 14 megapixel, and they want something that's low resolution so they can, not using up a lot of their server storage. But there's also free online programs, batch programs, where you can upload a folder of high resolution photos, and it'll convert it to whatever resolution you want without charge. So, but a smartphone will pretty much get you through most stuff. Uh, you get over into the low fee mortgage inspections, and the fees are lower, $3-4, And sometimes there they'll ask you to have capabilities like GPS, so you can date time inspections, GPS datum and stuff like that. And it's just a, more expense for almost a zero fee. Your profits may be $1.50 and you're going to have to spend more money to make that. So, again, that's over on the mortgage side. What we did I think it's about 7 years now, maybe longer, is we decided that we were going to move completely away from the mortgage segment and just stay with the commercial and the insurance, just because we found the higher quality companies, the higher fees to be with commercial and insurance. And so we moved away from the mortgage industry or the mortgage segment. We just did not want to be associated with it anymore. In fact, back at that time, I created a web blog called mortgagehorror.com. Mortgage horror, HORROR, like a horror movie, like Wrong Turn movie. And so we created that just to outline all the problems, okay? The no pay problems, the requirements problems, the chargeback problems, the insurance problems. And so there's probably about 4,000 posts up there going through that. And just to warn people that, it's not a good place to be. Stay away from mortgage inspections. So we've grown to be kind of the premier part of the industry where we just focus on the good stuff, okay? And we tell you about the bad stuff and just hope you won't go there.
Okay. So let me see. Someone asked, Shelly asks, what's the suggested service levels for beginners, if not commercial insurance?
Well, I think that's where you're going to find the entry level in commercial, the entry level insurance, and you're going to find it more interesting work. You're going to find better companies that'll treat you right. You're going to find higher fees. So, like I say, let me see if I've got some inspections here. I can walk you through.
Okay. We only got about 10 more minutes. So I wanted to show them the flyer that you created for me, the resume, what you were talking about earlier that you said that the companies look at.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So let me share it. Let me pull it back up because I just had it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here, hold on, let me see. So hold
There
on.
it is.
I gotta download it. I gotta have to download it because I didn't know. Oh, it is right there. Okay, so hold on, let me see.
I saw it there one
Guys,
time.
we don't have too much time for the rest of the questions, but I am going to put Mr. Richards' information, and you're more than welcome to email him about any information that you have about the field inspection services. But I do want to really show this what he creates, like these resumes where the companies will look at it and they will hire you. So let me pull this out. Okay, technology. Okay, there we go. So now I want to share it and show you. So I did put stuff inside of the chat box. Okay, so there we go. So that is the example of the resume that he created. And you said you can go into detail a little bit briefly about the resumes if you would like.
Okay. Well, over the years, I've created thousands and thousands and thousands of resumes that pretty much have the characteristics you see in the one shown here. Up at the top, you look at the header and it's obvious that she works in San Antonio area. I put a photograph there. Sometimes, I put a photograph, sometimes I don't, okay? It depends on what they want and what the photograph looks like and other things. Usually a lot of the way I kind of describe it is, the women that are going to hire you, it's usually women that are going to hire you to do a job. And And sometimes if you're a pretty woman, your chances of getting hired are less than if you're not so pretty. So, so you got to look at that. I had one woman down in Dallas. She sent me some glamour photos, and she sent me some photos of her swimming with dolphins. And I thought the swimming with dolphins was a little bit overboard, so we did not include the photo. But we have a lot of images we can put in there. We can display capabilities in a lot of different ways. And like I say, I've done thousands and thousands and thousands of these resumes over the years. I decided just within a couple of weeks ago to start putting some of those online. If you go up to Sophie hyphen or Sophie-resumes.com, you'll see probably about a dozen or so that I have put up there recently, and you can get a bird's eye view of those.
Okay, so I know Sam did say she had to go, but Miss Richards, the people do want to see, I guess, a sample of the field inspection. And before you go into that, yes, there is a fee for the resume that he creates is a $50, correct?
Correct. Uh-huh.
Okay. So here I won't post the link in there, but they would like to see they would like to see your field inspection paper, a sample of a field inspection. That's
Well, there are so
Casey.
many of them. We really don't keep any of that information. It's because there's so many. Every company has a different form. They're all pretty much alike. So I really don't have any of those in my files. I've never kept them. Um, I have some for the commercial insurance loss control, but those are more detailed ones, and they're not an entry level type one. But I would say, to the people that are interested is don't hesitate. Just jump in there, have some confidence in yourself. The company that you're going to work for, or wants you to work for them, will send you a copy of the form, okay, in advance, and you can see what they want as far as the amount of detail and how it's to be presented, whether it's a lot of check the boxes, fill in the blanks, whatever.
Right. Right. So another thing, guys, I know in the comment there's a lot of information going on in the comments. So as far as like for this replay, it will be available for replay later today, possibly. It just depending on how long it takes to upload. But if you did register for this event, you will receive the link directly. But if you're waiting on it to on the YouTube channel, it might not be up till tonight or 8 or something like that. That's only because of upload times. So for everyone that's on right now, Mr. Richard does have free training. I have the link that you can sign up, and when you do fill this information out on this link, you will be emailed the link to his training along with how to access his free training. So here's the link for that. Raven will answer your few last minute questions. She said, who will we advertise to? As far as with the advertising with this business, the Sophie website basically brings the people who do the field inspection services and then also the businesses that conduct the services together. So if someone needs someone to do a service, a company will go onto this website and they will choose you. To be honest, that's how it pretty much works. You can advertise for it, but to be honest, it's not really like the loan signings, like where there's going to be a million of these. There's going to be, this is something that you can do in between your jobs, um, if you would like. So hopefully, Raven, I answered your question. Hamilton McGregor, I need help. Right now, Ms. Hamilton, we are not doing information about the loan signings, but you are more than welcome to send us a message about the loan signings at the moment. And Janice, she said, I need assistance with getting into the field inspection field. To be honest, if you join that Sophie link, you'll start hopefully getting some calls, but it's not something that is like the signing companies where it's going to be a lot of work. It just depending on where you're located at. And someone asks, is there a yes, his class is absolutely free. Yes. His training is free. His to join the directory is free. To be honest, I would just it's a great asset just to add to your business because I have done field inspections, but I never actually had done it with Mr. Richard on his website. I just was receiving the phone calls just based off of my local profile because a lot of people will look a lot of these companies do look out for notaries because they know that we are already on the road and we're on the go, and they know that we can do that. So that's a lot of times how I have received the work for field inspections. So let me see, here's the link again. So Mr. Richard, do you have any closing thoughts that you would like to say or give to our audience?
Well, like I say, Sophie membership is free. Okay, you can go up to www.joinsophie.com. Every week on Friday, we send out an email to the companies in our directory, notifying them of new field inspectors that have joined Sophie the previous week. So if they fill that out, they will get in the directory, and we'll also put out some emails to companies announcing the availability of a new inspector to add to their database. If they go up to sophie.us, sofi.us, and look at the left-hand menu area, there's a menu item that says hiring firms. And there's some banners up there for, I'd say about 18 or 20 companies that advertise up there. And they have web links and stuff like that. So notaries can go to them direct, okay, and look at the website to see what they do. And then also put an application in with the company to do work, for them.
Okay.
So like I say, the pandemic has kind of changed life for everyone. And hopefully we'll get through this, quicker than anticipated, and things will pick up for everyone. But again, like I say, we focus on primarily the commercial and some insurance. They're safe inspections, they're higher quality companies, there's higher fees, and that's where we think people should focus today. And like notaries, you kind of you do some inspections, you're going to find some you like, and you're going to get more. You're going to find some that you don't like, and you're going to, kind of avoid them. And that's what life's all about, finding the things you like and avoiding the things you don't like. And that applies to everything in life, including notary signings, including field inspections. So, and like I say, I'm available if you want to chat about getting started. I know there's a lot of links that are going to be published. You can go up to the blogs and kind of read what's going on. So, but I want to thank you all for inviting me to chat with you a little bit. We're also A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Everything that we offer as far as purchases have come with a satisfaction guarantee. We answer our phone. We're not afraid to talk to you. If we're on the phone and we miss you, leave a message. We'll call you back. But the whole idea is to help you get into a good area and make some money. Money is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mr. Richard. I'm going to go through and handle some of these comments, but everyone appreciates your information. I have provided a lot of your information, but I'm just going to close it out so everyone can be clear on what's going on. But thank you, Mr. Richard, for joining us, and I look forward to connecting with you more on this field inspection business.
Okay, take care. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, everyone. So that was Mr. Richard Law with the Society of Field Inspectors. So I do want to go through the comments because I know some people have posted late, but I just want to give a really good clarification. Depending on where you're watching from, if you're in the Facebook groups, I cannot see your name at all. To be honest, all I see is you might be asking me something, so I can't really see exactly who it is. And someone's asking me to post a link, so I need to know what link that you need. But for everyone that did stay on, Mr. Richard did provide a free training. And here I'm gonna put the link in here. So this is the link for the free training. Yeah, so on my platform when I'm live, I can actually it's all on one, so I can't unless you give Facebook your permission, I cannot see who you are. So this is the link for the training. So that's the link for the training. When you sign up for this link, you'll actually receive an email with the link and also with the password to the training. And let me see, we had someone else has said, yeah, so if you do want to get started, it is correct to start with the Sophie website. And here I'll provide that link. So here's a link. Here's a link for the directory, basically. And the thing about the field inspection services is not something that you can just own. That's the only thing you do, to be honest, because there's different pay rates for everything. The pay rates will vary depending on what kind of job it is and what kind of assignment it is. So that's the link for the Sophie. And then also another thing too, if you're watching from the Facebook group, I believe you won't see the comments that I type. So if you're asking me like what link and you can't see it, most likely if you're in the Facebook group, you won't be able to see it. And also you have to give Facebook permission to see your name. Okay, yeah, Crystal. If you're in the Facebook group, you won't be able to see the groups. But everyone, all these links are going to be sent out today at around 6 o'clock. I would like to say at 6 o'clock, all the links will be sent out to you. As long as you have signed up through that link when you registered, you will receive all the links in one page. Yeah, the links do not post in the Facebook group pages, but I do host the lives in the Facebook group pages so that everyone can have the opportunity to watch it no matter where you at. Okay, Florida. Okay, so that is all I'm going to have today. Again, everyone, thank you for joining us on this. I really was excited. I'm excited to actually get this information and to know that there was a platform out there that people could sign up to even receive the field inspection services. So is the link for, okay. So that is all I have for today. And I want to answer, you're welcome, Sandy. Someone said the link for the free training is your link. Yeah, well, that link, yes, it is. It is connected to my website, but he is the one that's going, when you sign up for the training, he's the one that does that. Okay, and Ms. Hamilton, I understand your question about the loan signing, but I definitely do just want to keep the focus more so on the field inspections because I don't want no information, to people to get confused or anything. So you're more than welcome to email me. Yes, it's asking for a password. Yes, the password was in the email. So Naomi, send me a message and I will get back to you. But I won't hop off because I know my emails and stuff is going to be flooded. But everyone, thank you for tuning in. And then Naomi, the password is in the email. It is in the email. Should be. I won't look back, but it is in the email. You're welcome. And everyone, you have a good day.